Meteorologist Sarah Knox joins us once again with a look at our forecast. And Sarah, we saw a little bit of drizzle in the air earlier today. An interesting day out there, but nonetheless, it's the middle, closer to the backside of November now.
Yeah, I've got to expect these cooler days. But hey, I would have taken a little more sunshine. As for that drizzle, though, I'm glad you mentioned it, Cami, because we'll be dealing with a little bit of that and a little bit more as possible as we come into the night. It's due in part to, once again, these lower hanging clouds, a little bit of ground moisture from the activity from earlier this week. We're talking the rain and the snow that we got. And speaking of those low hanging clouds, we see them once again in Mason City, and that is going to be a continuing trend as we head into the evening tonight and tomorrow morning. So if you had to deal with fog this morning, more than likely you'll be dealing with a little of it tomorrow morning as well. Now, the reason I already mentioned the ground moisture, but we also have a little bit of warmth in the air, kind of helping to create some of that. That is because of these winds coming on in from the south. You see all the red lines indicating those warmer winds. When we take a peek at wind speeds, really nothing too crazy out there, anywhere from 5 to 15 mile per hour winds. And yes, you'll feel that if you're stepping outside, but you're greeted with temperatures that are still above average, at least for this time of the day. These numbers have not changed much over the course of the last several hours. Look at Lake City, still sitting at 42 degrees. We still have that 41 in Northwood, Mason City, but there has been a few changes. Albert Lea now sitting at 40 degrees, and I do expect these numbers to drop a little bit, but also maybe rise a little bit as we come through the next several hours. Just generally very steady when it comes to the temperatures. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It means that warmer temperatures are on the way as we head into our Thursday. But let's mention, or I already mentioned, the fog. Let's talk a little bit about that. Futurecast, it's going to be tricky to see, but as we come into the evening, really not much of a change. So let's go into tomorrow morning. Now, maybe you noticed it, a little bit of development over here that started to move over. That includes a little bit of the fog for our morning commute. And it's just really tricky to see because we're still dealing with that low hanging cloud deck. But by midday, a lot of that fog will start to burn off. So we move over to the visibility forecast. This gives you a better look at who could be seeing some of the thickest of the fog. This is around 6 a.m. You can see a few of us have dropped to about a half mile of visibility. And even in the evening, or rather the evening, the later parts of the morning, we'll still be dealing with that half mile visibility, particularly in our southwest corner of the viewing area. But by the lunch hour, a lot of that does burn off and temperatures finally starting to rise a bit. And getting back into the green we are as temperatures do make it right around the 50-degree mark. That is above average. And we'll stick above average as we head into our Friday, although a little drop of temperatures, but I'm excited to get a little of the sunshine back, especially for the weekend. But Cami, all of this comes before next week where temperatures will be dropping. More on that at the end of the newscast.